have been discussing about the various applications of Kohlrausch law, the one being the calculating the solubility of the sparingly soluble salt. So where we have seen solubility is equal to kappa into 1000 divided by lambda naught m, that is molar conductance at infinite dilution. So what is the other application? It is also solubility of a sparingly soluble salt. Soluble salt. And what about apart from solubility, we can also find out the degree of dissociation, alpha, degree of dissociation of an electrolyte. Degree of dissociation of an electrolyte can also be found using Kohlrausch law. Degree of dissociation alpha is equal to, degree of dissociation alpha is equal to molar conductance at a given concentration divided by molar conductance at infinite dilution. So molar conductance at a given concentration at a particular concentration divided by molar concentration at infinite dilution. Molar conductance at infinite dilution. Molar conductance at infinite dilution. So this is degree of dissociation. Once you know the degree of dissociation, you can also find out the degree dissociation constant. Dissociation constant is what? K dissociation K alpha, dissociation constant. K alpha is equal to C into alpha square. Dissociation constant K alpha is equal to C alpha square, where C is the molar concentration. C is the molar concentration. And you know alpha as the degree of dissociation. Okay, degree of dissociation, we already have the formula lambda C m at the molar conductance at a particular concentration divided by molar conductance at infinite dilution. Okay, there are three distinct applications of Kohlrausch law. Okay, so with this all the three are important even from our entrance point of view, because a lot of questions may be from this, because whenever there are formulas, definitely there are going to be formulas, there are going to be sums regarding the formulas, and so many such sum appearing in the entrance exam. So you should be thorough with this formula. Are you having any doubts so far? So molar conductance at infinite dilution. Okay, means infinite dilution means what? The electrolyte is very dilute. Now we have been studying about various conductance, conductivities, other things. Now let us come to the main subject of electrochemistry, namely usage of electric current to make chemical reactions, or using chemical reaction to get current. So now first thing is using electric current, we are making chemical reaction. So such a process is called electrolysis, which you would have learned in your earlier classes. So electrolysis is using electric current to carry out chemical reaction. So this chemical reactions. So in electrolysis, any cell or any place where the electrolysis takes place is called the electrolytic cell. Okay, this is a electrolytic cell. You would have typically studied about the electrolytic cell with one anode, cathode, electrolyte, all those things, sending current, these things. Okay. Now we have to see about electrochemical reactions or electrochemical reactions. Electrochemical reactions are, their chemical reactions are used for generation of electricity, or for chemical reactions. Using the chemical reactions we produce electricity, chemical reactions to electric current. Okay. So what it contains, how the electrochemical reactions are going to generate current. So for which there is going to be two types of chemical reactions which are happening when they are made to happen simultaneously, that is reduction and oxidation, or a redox reaction. This redox reaction leads to formation of, or for the generation of electric current, redox chemical reaction. Redox chemical reaction. So we know what is redox chemical reaction, that is reduction and oxidation. So typically in an electrochemical, wherever this electrochemical reaction is happening, that is called the electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell is going to have either one compartment, or for convenience sake, well, now we will study this electrochemical cell, the simple galvanic cell. The galvanic cell, you have two compartments. One is an anode compartment, okay, other is a cathode compartment. This is anode compartment, cathode compartment. Cathode compartment. Okay, so here you have this, both of these have the electrodes, and there is also a salt bridge connecting both the anode compartment and the cathode compartment. So this is called the salt bridge. Okay, so now these things are connected. Okay, so here also you are taking a solution. Here also you are taking a solution. Okay, so now what happens in the anode reaction? What anode compartment? What happens in the cathode compartment? So in the anode compartment, what happens in anode compartment? In anode, we take certain electrolytes, like maybe zinc sulfate or whatever it is, where zinc is, okay, zinc, where we are having this thing, where this here, maybe if you take this thing, this is Zn becomes Zn2 plus 2 electron. So zinc is split into zinc ion, zinc 2 plus 2 electron. This is what is happening in this thing. So what type of reaction is this? Here starting of zinc, it becomes zinc 2 plus. So here the oxidation state of zinc is 0. It has become plus 2. Since there is an increase in oxidation state, then this is called the oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction. Okay, so in the anode, oxidation reaction happens, in the sense zinc is getting converted to Zn2 plus 2 electrons. Okay, so these 2 electrons will be consumed. So what happens in the cathode department? In cathode department, these 2 electrons of this thing are consumed. Okay, it is 2 electrons. Maybe if you take copper here in this thing, in our typical galvanic cell, you have a copper. So it's copper 2 plus a copper solution of copper consumes these 2 electrons to become Cu. This becomes Cu. So what type of reaction is this? This 2 plus is the initial oxidation state, has become 0. So this is a reduction reaction which is happening. Reduction reaction which is happening. So from the anode compartment there is a generation of electron. These electrons travel from anode to cathode, and these electrons are utilized by the copper sulfate solution, that is sulfate solution here, to become copper. So what happens, since the electrons move from anode to cathode, okay, when the electrons, that is minus charge, moves from left to right, so the positive charges, the current moves from right to left. Okay, are you able to understand? The electrons move from this to this, so the current will be in the opposite direction of the electrons. Okay, so current will be from right to left, electrons will be from left to right. This is how a typical galvanic cell converts chemical reaction to electric current. I hope you are able to understand this clearly. So 2 compartments, anode, cathode compartments. One is having oxidation reaction, other is having reduction reaction. So the whole reaction is a redox reaction. So during this process, electrons go from left to right, and so current is also going from right